Hi, my name is Brenda O'Reilly McLennan and I am Coach B. Today I will be talking to you about how to begin again. That is always such a difficult thing, starting over. Sometimes you're starting from loss, you're starting from scratch. And sometimes the start is on a different level where you've been promoted, but you still have to start again. So I want to share with you 5 key tips that I think will help you begin again. Number 1, give yourself permission. Giving yourself permission gives you the ability to own this part of your story. This is your life, it is your story, and you can decide how you navigate it. It's okay. You can do this. You deserve to start again. This is not the end of your life. This is just a different chapter. Whether you just come from a loss, you can actually tell yourself, you know what, I deserve to begin again. And giving yourself permission, making sure that you're owning where you are, accepting your current circumstances will empower you to want to take the first step. And when you take the first step, you want to take the next step. And the second point that I want you to remember is start where you are. Right there, in the middle of the pain, in the middle of the disappointment, in the middle of the discouragement, look at yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to start from right here. And I'm going to take my first step towards my next tomorrow. You can do this when you just look at where you are, but you shift your perspective from looking at where you are and actually trying to decide, I want to begin again. I'm going to start from where I am, and I'm giving myself the permission to do that. And this brings me to my third point. Number 3, have a vision. Just because you have had a loss doesn't mean that that's where you should always look. Shifting your position, looking at where you are, but also taking it a step farther and thinking about, where do I want to be? Have a vision, have a story of where you want to go. Because if you're navigating, remember, if you're a sat-nav, you have to put an address in and then you take the first step towards where you're going. One of the things I love about sat-navs is they never tell you where you are until you get there, but they always give you directions. And when you take your first step, your sat-nav will say, take the next left. When you do the next left, your sat-nav will tell you what to do next. But always remember that if you have a vision of where you're going, you have direction. And once you have direction, if you put your focus through, you will get where you're going. And number 4, do not quit on the rough days. There are going to be days where you do not want to begin again. There are going to be days where you want to feel sorry for yourself. There are going to be days where you want to stay in your circumstances, or you want to look at your past, at the things that you've lost, and you just want to dwell in that. But those are the days you don't quit. Those are the days you remember the other steps. You remember to give yourself permission. You remember that you can start where you are, and you remember that you have a vision. Do not quit on the rough days. And my final point is trust the process. This is a life journey. You're going to hit hindrances, you're going to hit blocks, you're going to stumble, you're going to fall, but pick yourself up and trust the process. It's not your final story. And you might be right here, but you're trying to get somewhere. Trust the process. You're going to have up days, down days, you're going to have rough days, you're going to have days when you feel motivated and you've got the energy, and you're going to have days where you really just don't want to do anything. You're going to have days where people believe in you and days where people don't believe in you. And you're going to have days that you don't even believe in the vision of where you're trying to go. But do not quit and do not give up and trust the process. And as long as you stay determined, as long as you remember that you are giving yourself the permission to begin again, as long as you remember that your story is not over, regardless of what has happened to you, what you've experienced, who's gone, who's stayed, who's left, it doesn't matter. Just stay focused on your vision of where you're going and trust the process. Those are my 5 steps. Give yourself permission, start from where you are, have a vision, do not quit on the rough days, and trust the process. This is Coach B telling you, you can begin again. Until next time.